So first of all the very best to each one of you, because we have our CSIR NET December 2023 examination, right? Something that we all were preparing from last 6 months. On 26th, right? You all have got your admit cards, and I'm expecting that you all have downloaded your admit cards, and all of you have like taken up the printouts, taken up every single thing, whatever is required for your upcoming examination. Make sure that you have your admit cards printed, at least 2 copies. Even if only one is required, I would suggest you take 2 printouts of your admit card, keep it with you, keep your photograph ready. Make sure that you are well aware of where your exam center is, because that's also very important. Do not keep it a surprise for 26th that okay, I'll be looking into where the location is. So make sure that if you have to travel to another city or something for the examination, make sure that you do that, or whatever arrangements you have to make sure that's done from your end. In addition, make sure that you're having like, these things might not be something that you all think about, but they're all going to add up in your preparation, in your main examination performance. And that is, make sure that you have a proper sleep before exam. Okay, make sure to sleep properly, very very important. Do not skip your breakfast before the examination, because majority of the students, like those of you who will be having your exam from 9 to 12, that's the first shift, so you tend to skip your breakfast. Majority of them try not doing anything like that. Make sure that you have a very fulfilling breakfast with yourself before the examination, so that you can concentrate on the exam properly. Make sure that you carry a water bottle with yourself to save your time in the examination center by not going to any other place for drinking it. Have water bottle with yourself. These all things. Wear comfortable clothes, do not wear uncomfortable clothes. All these things are very very important, because if you wear something uncomfortable, it will, you will end up like mismanaging that itself. So have proper sleep, breakfast very important, have good amount of water with yourself, and you should wear proper comfortable clothes, something that's going to keep you warm, because it's very cold outside. So make sure that you're having a very good jacket or something carried. All these things do add up in our performance of examination, right? In addition to that, admit cards very important. Take 2 printouts of the same. Photograph, that passport size photograph should be ready. ID proof, identity proof, the original one should be with yourself. In addition to that, make sure that you carry, like, although they'll be giving you the stationery over there, but still you should have a pen with yourself, because that would be required, right? Now, what are the pointers that you have to keep in mind in the examination hall? What are the various pointers to keep in mind? Okay, very first thing, please make sure that you're not talking to anyone in the examination hall, because you will see a lot and lot of people in the room, in your examination hall, that would try to distract you, that would try to keep you, like that would try to distract you from your main focus. Okay, try not, like, try to communicate as much less as possible. So try having no communication in the examination hall. That's very important. First thing. Second thing, just concentrate upon what you are doing. Do not focus upon what the other people are doing. Concentrate on your screen only. Again, very very important. Do not think about, okay, that person is doing like this, let me do like that. No, whatever strategy that you have made for 180 minutes, I've already taken up the 180 minutes class for you all. I've already taken up how you have to like utilize your, or plan out your part C, part B, part A, how many minutes in each one of them. I've taken up the class in the course also, and I've also uploaded the same on YouTube as well. So whichever is comfortable to you, watch that. I'll share the links of the same also. In addition to that, make sure that your 180 minutes, you should keep in mind one thing, that these 180 minutes are going to give you a result. Okay, they are the thing, that's these 180 minutes are the only minutes which will decide what the result will be. Your first minute or second minute is not going to decide. What does this thing means? That is, when you start your question, there are chances that initially you might not be able to solve a question, then the second one, then the third one also. There are high chances for that. So do not loosen your hope till the last minute. Keep on fighting till the last minute. Go on. If you're not able to solve 4 questions on a stretch, doesn't matter. Just make sure that you move ahead. Make sure that you break that ice at that particular point and move ahead to read the question which you know. In part C specifically, using that particular format of making a list of questions, the type of questions and the unit from which it is, in the initial 8 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes of your examination, is going to help you decrease your exam stress. Okay, I hope you all have like taken up a practice thing for the same, right? Even if you have not done it till now, make sure that you do it before the examination. You still have 3 days in between. It's 23rd today. Till 26th you have time. At least try making this list at least once. What you have to do in the part C questions, students tend to not reach to the last point of the last 75th question because they mismanage the time. So, and they tend to like miss out those questions which they might have known the correct answer for. So for making sure that we do not miss out any known question, for that we I have given you this particular thing that you should make up a list of all the type of question. You just have to see the number, like just write down, okay, 71st question, it's from match, it's a match the following, and it is from your unit number 4, let's say, for example. So in the similar pattern, quickly make this list and it won't take more than 7 to 8 minutes. You don't have to read the question. You all are pro enough that the because you all have prepared that much that you can just see the question and get to know, okay, this is from this particular unit, this is from this particular unit. Then hop to all the match the followings first. It will help you in scoring more, right? So this is how you should do it. If you have not yet practiced this thing till now, practice it. Make sure that you practice it beforehand, before the examination, at least once. Okay. So this is very important. Concentrate on what you are doing. And for this, you'll be getting a sheet of paper in the examination hall. Get that sheet before the starting of 180 minutes and make the table, at least the rough table in your hand, so that as and when 180 minutes buzzer starts, you can quickly jump to and go through this complete segment. If you do this within 80 minutes, doing your part C will not be a major task. Then very easily you'll be able to get your 180 minutes utilized in the best manner. Then 30 minutes or 40 minutes for part B, 30 minutes for part A. Then you will still be having 30 minutes extra remaining for your second round of questions. Make sure that you flag the questions in your CBT mode, where you can check up, okay, this question I have marked but I have kept it for review, this question I have not marked but it is still under review, and if you put in some mind to it, you might solve it. So make sure that you are using all the features properly. Okay, first thing, no communication. Second thing, concentrate on your screen. Third thing, do not waste time on the question which you are not able to solve. Very important. No extra wastage of time. Okay, what does this particular mean? So it means if a question, let's say for part C, you have decided that, okay, I'll be using 3 minutes for a question at max. So if a question is taking more than 3 minutes, leave the question then and there, mark it for review and move forward to the next one, because you have to manage out the time. If you are looking into a question, for example, part A, let's say part A question, we have decided that you'll be using 1.5 to 2 minutes for a question. Make sure that if the question is taking more than 2 minutes, leave it then and there. Okay, just leave the question, move forward to the next one, because you are going to save, or you're going to put in your time to the next one, to the next question, which is much more important than wasting time on the question which is using more time. Okay, so make sure that you are not wasting any extra time on any question, be it part A, part B, part C, part B also. If you're not able to recall anything at that particular moment, leave it. You still have a very big pool of questions. And remember to always keep an eye on the time. Your time is the biggest, it's gonna be the biggest best friend over there in your examination hall, because if you manage out the time properly, no one will be able to take the examination away from you. Okay, manage out the time in the best manner. The moment you see any wastage of time going on, leave the question, move to the next one, because you have 145 questions. You have to search out at max 60 to 65 questions which you have to solve. And for this, you can leave a number of questions in part C. 75 are there, 25 need to be done at max. So you have a leverage of leaving one, like in every three question, if you do one, you will be able to reach to your target of 25 very easily. So even if you're not able to solve one or two questions, doesn't matter. Four questions on a stretch, not able to solve, leave it. Like while I was giving the examination in back then in November 2020, in part C, initially there were so many questions which I was not able to solve. But I didn't loosen my hope at that time. I knew that I still have a pool of questions from where I can solve. Make sure that you utilize this particular list effectively, because it will help you to find out all those questions of your scoring unit. Like for example, if your plant physiology is stronger, so solve out all the plant physiology question on a go. If your graphical questions are stronger, go to the graphical question and solve them. So this list will help you find out and paraphrase the questions in the very first minute of your, in the very initial 5-7 minutes of your examination time. So utilize your time in the best manner. So if you don't communicate, your mind will be in the center, your mind will not be getting distracted. Concentrate only on your screen. Make sure that whatever strategy that you make for the 180 minutes in the beginning of your timing, that should be sticked by. Okay, but if you feel like that there is some modulations required, use them, doesn't matter, but make sure that you are having a strategy, having a path for yourself for utilizing those 180 minutes, because your 6 months, 7 months, or maybe more than months are on stake at that time. So utilize your time very effectively. Okay, that's the most important thing that you have to keep in mind, that utilizing my time effectively, concentrating upon myself, having the confidence in myself, that is something that is going to sail you through the exam. Okay, CSIR's examiners, they are not only checking your knowledge, they're checking your confidence, they're checking your patience, they're checking your time management, they're checking your strategic approach towards the exam. They check every single thing. Okay, you might not get to know about it initially, but now, because I'm on the other side of the table and I have an experience of like almost 1.5 year of teaching or in this particular field now, so I know that this examination is not just about knowledge, it's about patience, it's about your research aptitude, about your time management strategy, right? So make sure that how effectively you are portraying the same thing in the examination hall is something that's going to help you. Okay, in addition to that, make sure that you're not get like there is no guesswork in the exam. Okay, try avoiding guesswork. Try just not going forward with any kind of guesswork in the examination hall, because guesswork backfires like anything. Make sure that you are very, when you're like 99% guesswork is there, then you can go for it, that okay, 99% this is the answer and 1% I'm not sure, then only do the guesswork. And that too at the end, when you are already on the safer zone. Okay, do not guesswork when you're like on the average score marking. If you're on the other side of the table, when you have like already done the paper of 140 to 150 marks, at that time the guesswork should be there. Okay, always have a very calculative mind in your head, always have a very calculative mindset, that this is the type of question, these are the number of questions I'm doing, in these questions I'm sure about, 100% sure about. So try completely avoiding the guesswork. Even if you're like, after this range of questions, you feel like, okay, I am 99% sure about this question and there are chances it might get wrong, then mark that thing only and only if you're in the safe range and not beyond that. Okay, if you're at the range of 120 to 125, that you have solved the paper of this much, no guesswork, please. Make sure that you are at least solving the paper of, like, I solved the paper of 161 marks. Okay, so I was on a very higher range, that's why I had the point of, I had some window for guessworking. I didn't guesswork even a single question in the paper. So just telling you that if you're in this particular range, you can go for one question guesswork, because if it gets correct, it's okay, but if it gets wrong, it's going to backfire like anything. So try avoiding guesswork as much as possible, and be attentive in reading the options and marking the option. Make sure that in the question, if you have read that okay, B part is correct, then make sure that you are submitting that particular thing itself, and you're not submitting anything wrong or any incorrect option. Okay, so be attentive, be confident, and be present in that particular scenario. Okay, make sure that you're not having your mind wandering in any other place. Okay, remember that. In addition, what else? Make sure to avoid social media for like next 2 to 3 days till your examination. After the examination, use social media as much as you want, but till your examination, I would suggest you keep your phone switched off. Like, I kept my phone in the airplane mode for, on, it was on 21st, so I switched off my phone on 20th evening, and I opened up my phone after the examination, when I was like done with examination and everything. Okay, so if it's possible, if you're traveling to the other state, then obviously it won't be possible, but try avoiding social media, and try avoiding any kind of interaction with anyone. Do not discuss about what you have prepared or anything. Whatever you have done, it's with the best of your ability, so try avoiding all that as well, right? In addition, just be sure, like, just be confident in yourself. That's the only thing which is required, because the confidence thing is something that's going to sail you through the entire examination. Okay, these are the things that you should keep in mind. All the very best. Just give your best shot. You all have prepared very, very nicely, and it's time for you to showcase the results.